Hey everybody, it's Mike Venus, La Soul, and I'm back. And I know it's been a while, but your boy's been battling with COVID. Yeah, I got COVID. Yeah, that's not fun. So like the past week up to even today, I'm still feeling like shit. So I made maybe a handful of beats, but I really feel destroyed. Um, Whoever, if anybody's out here saying it's a hoax, you're full of shit. Okay, it's real. It's really real. Your boy was in the hospital. Thought I was gonna die. You know what I'm saying? But I'm recovering, taking it day by day. So yeah. So that's why I haven't posted anything. Haven't really talked about anything that has been happening recently. But I want to talk about this subject about not about gear, but it ties in with gear. And it's not a subject that's mainly talked on YouTube. It's not really spoken on, but I think it's something that, um, through my recent purchases and realization when it comes to music production, that this is vital. It can save you a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of wasted energy, and you can really get more productive if you figure out your learning style. And what I mean by learning style, you should do your research on this. Um, your learning style will drastically affect how productive you will be and how quickly you will learn when it comes to music production. So for me, I'm a kinesthetic tactile learner, meaning I have to touch things. I have to turn knobs. I have to hit pads. I have to move sliders. Turn switches off and on. I have to touch everything. If I don't have that type of option, or if it's limited, it will drastically affect my overall feel of my music. Um, this is probably why, after I thought about it, this is probably why I sold my MPC Live 2 and why I said what I said about it. Because it is not, it won't fit my style. Now, don't get me wrong, the MPC Live 2, I still think it is probably the best MPC if you're going to invest in a MPC and you're not really trying to go super big with the X, but you don't want the Force, get the Live 2. I think it's dope. I made 36 albums off of it. It's all on streaming services. Check me out, Mike Venus. But the touchscreen and the lack of tactile feel led to me just eventually just letting it go. And because it's not really built for someone who like myself who work on music a good chunk of the day. So I let it go and I kept my Kai Force. The Kai Force allows me to have that tactile touch feel, but not as full on tactile feel like the MPC X or the older MPCs like the 2000 XL, any of the MPCs prior to the touchscreen era. Okay. Um, I'm looking at possibly just going ahead and purchase uh, an older MPC. Um, more or less just for the sampler and the sampling workflow and the limitations, because it's more tactile, it's more hands-on, and I can really build a muscle memory and really cut through, the bullshit and just make a bunch of beats. Um, yeah, so that's something that I think people should look into. My recent purchases, I bought like literally three dolls. I bought Bitwig first. Oh, and also I would suggest, if you can, regardless of whatever level you are as a producer or engineer or whatever you're doing with music, get lessons. I'm taking lessons at Guitar Center to kind of brush up on my production, and I quickly realized that the DAW, this hybrid setup with the DAW and a MIDI controller, is not for me at all. It's like non inspirational. I get no type of joy or even pleasure of making a beat this way, and I'm actually slower than if I'm working on something like the Force or even the older MPCs. And you know, that's because I'm a kinesthetic learner. So probably in the future, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna basically make my whole studio set up with my gear, 100% tactile, analog style, and I'm saying this is because I got FL Studio, right? I got Bitwig Studio. I got machine software with the controller, and it's just not for me. And I know a lot of people on YouTube big this up like, yeah, FL is the way to go, or get Machina or get Ableton or Bitwig. And if you're a kinesthetic learner like myself, meaning you have to touch things, you have to like feel like you engage in, when you playing and stuff, the DAW is not for you, straight up. Like, I still got them on my laptop. I'm going to still use them because I paid for the licenses. More likely, I'll use them as sample sources to sample into my Force, or if I invest in an older MPC, to sample into that and use it to create my loops or whatever. But to just like think like, oh, if you want to make drill, you have to use FL. That is not true. I use the Akai Force and my beats hit. My 808s glide and slide, and I do this all within the Force. And I'm going to be releasing music soon. Like I said, battling COVID kind of derailed a lot of things, but as I'm getting healthier and getting my energy back, I'll get back into doing these videos and talking about, why I do the hardware and not do the hybrid setup, or not just do the software only. And oh yeah, my wife bought a 2000 XL, and I've been kind of like fooling with it a little bit here and there, and it's dope. I love it. And if you like, you can make anything on it, even drill. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people like, oh, you can't because it's an old one and this and that. You can do whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? You just have to know how to make it do what it do, right? And also, what I'm going to be getting into is using guitar pedals in conjunction with my gear. I got the Zoya pedal and I got the Poly Bebo pedal. These are dope. Probably use the Zoya more because it's more tactile, but the Poly is dope. It's got a lot of cool stuff in it. And probably buy some more pedals to color my sound. I'm totally detaching from any of these DAW-like software-based type music production stuff. I know some people try to say, well, it's cheaper, it's a better option than hardware, blase blah, but I'm sorry, bro. I mean, I bought this to work with FL. It's decent, but it's not the same. And it's lacking a lot of things on it, the Akai Fire. I'm probably going to sell that because I'm not keeping it. And then I bought the Machine MK3, excuse me, as a controller to use with Bitwig. It's dope. It works with it, but this I am keeping because it's an audio interface as well, and I can literally sample my sounds from Bitwig or FL straight out of this into my sampler and still be cooking. Dope. It's a dope controller, but like I said, the hybrid setup doesn't work for me. So, I just wanted to do a quick video on that, just kind of let people know what's going on. I appreciate the new subscribers. I had got, I'm up to 294 now. It's pretty dope. Thanks for subscribing. Haven't forgot what I said about making the chord thing. Like I said, dealing with COVID, bro. Still getting my energy back, so, be patient with me. It's a lot of shit going on over here. But, yeah. Hardware is for me. Tactile, kinesthetic learner, hardware is the way to go. And I also would say this, don't, what's the thing? Just because one thing might work for one producer doesn't mean it works for all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not shitting on anybody that use FL Studio or Bitwig or even machine software with the controller. It's just not for me. And I realized that, like, this past, month and a half of me, like, trying to make it work, and it's just not clicking. It's, like I said, Bitwig, dope. FL, it can be dope if you are a visual learner. But for me, it's not clicking. And I can literally pump out beats on the Force and on the MPC 2000 XL. That shit is a beast. I might go ahead and just pull the trigger and get one just for myself. But yeah. Just want to do this video, kind of update what's going on over here. And, y'all keep me in your prayers, bro. I need it because COVID is real. It's real. Like I said, anybody out here trying to say it's not real, it's a conspiracy, you're an asshole, you're a fucking douchebag, a knobhead, a wanker, you know what I'm saying? All the above, anything that's insulting, because unless you experience it or you witness people who have experienced it, it is not fun. It is not a joke. Please be careful out here. If you get it, please quarantine. Think of other people's safety and health. And, just be healthy. Wash your hands. Take your vitamins. Stress less. And get your rest. And drink plenty of water. Stay hydrated, because I felt like I was dying, bro. I still feel kind of like washed. So, yeah, it's nothing to play with. So be safe out here. Like I said, I'll be making some beats soon on the Force, and also uploading some music to streaming services. Mike Venus, check me out. And with that, y'all be safe out here, really, and be blessed. Until next time, Mike loves you. Mike out.